I bought 3 of the top selling plastic utensils that are selling on Amazon. And we're going to talk about the exact differences that each one of these companies is claiming that's going to set it apart from the other company. And I mean, come on, like they're plastic spoons, right? Why do I need to do this? Well, it's important to know what the actual differences are. And so that way it can help you determine which one you want to buy. And so that way you don't have to do what I did and buy all 3 of them to just figure it out. Which one do I actually want, right? So we're going to go over those differences in this video. All right, let's talk about the There's no way I'm gonna say this, but we've got this this right here, so you guys can see what it looks like. Let's see if I can block some of this light. So yeah, let's talk about the actual differences. Since this is going to be a comparison video, what makes this different than the other 2 products that we are talking about here? So what makes this different is that this is the only set that if you get the biggest pack that they offer, that they also will include napkins with their biggest set. Okay, and so again, we're not going to go over any of the features or anything like that because I mean they're plastic spoons. I mean, but the so that's one of the things that sets this apart then from the others. And so let's talk about this. So then the next thing here that we're going to talk about is that these are the only ones. Now I'm pretty sure that you can do this with the other ones, but this is the only one that specifically mentions that it's recommended for camping and outdoor use. Now, how big of a difference is that? You know, I don't know. I mean, can you use these other ones for camping and outdoor use? You probably can, but so I'm not. I mean, they're plastic spoons. I'm reaching here, but this one also is the only one that specifically stated that it has to be hand washed only. Some of the other ones are dishwasher, but this one is the only one that says it's hand wash only. It does have this little interesting flower design on them, and this is what they look like inside of the package here. So yeah, that's really, I mean, again, this is plastic spoons, man. That's really kind of the major differences that I'm seeing for these spoons. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because I bought these myself, so I'm gonna say what I want. This one is the most flimsy out of all of the other spoons. It's the most flimsy. Now, that doesn't mean that it's gonna break, but it's definitely the one that's like gives away. So if you're trying to like scoop something that's hard or anything like that, you might have a little bit of, now you're not gonna have any problems, but it's gonna bend, it's gonna flex and stuff like that. So that's one of the differences as well. We are here to talk about the differences between these. Let me make sure I read this correctly. Voatree, I can't read it backwards in my phone. Voatree plastic spoons. I've got one right here, and we're going to talk about, since this is a comparison video, we're going to talk about the differences between this and the other one. Let me see if I can move this camera so we don't get that random. Okay, well, it's going to stay there. Okay, so what the difference is let's first talk about the durability, because I think that that's the most important thing. So as I'm trying to press on this, you can see that it's really not bending all that much, and so it does seem to have a little bit of durability to it, some pretty good durability. And in fact, that's what, well, that's one of their marketing points, is how durable it is. But the main difference here, one of the main differences is when you open this up, you have 50 million plastic spoons, but you also get this plastic bag, nice clean plastic bag. So if you wanted to take this with you, if you wanted to take like a couple of them or something like that, you could throw it in this plastic bag. And then when you're done, if you wanted to reuse them or something like that, and you wanted to take them with you, let's say you're out camping or hiking or whatevering, and you need to, you need a bag because you just don't have one. That's what comes with this. So that's a difference. And so also, their marketing claims that this is actually a deeper bowl than the other spoons, but I don't have like a millimeter level or laser level pointer to decide to tell you like, yes, that's true. If it is true, it's probably like by a couple of millimeters or something, probably something that nobody would ever be able to actually recognize. But that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. So that's another difference. And then they are heavily marketing that these are cold and freezer resistant, and they're saying that it's the best pick for frozen desserts. That's what these people are saying. So that's what their marketing is towards, and they're also saying here that shows you the actual temperatures. That is definitely a difference. Most of the other ones don't, at least the boxes that I bought, and it's BPA free. So are most of the other ones. But they do have this recycling thing here. But again, as I pointed out on the other ones as well, most of these companies are out here just putting this sign here, but you can't actually recycle. Usually you would need some type of number or something like that. Maybe they actually talk about that in the description. So I don't know 100% if these are actually recyclable or not. But yeah, so those are some of the main differences. Let's talk about the differences between this spoon, the Lamosi spoon, and the other two products. And that would start off with the obvious, is that this product comes with the spoons and the forks. Now, I'm pretty sure, I would assume, that the other companies do have something to where if you looked at their store, I'm pretty sure they have some type of combination of both, right? Where you can get fork and spoons. But for this one, I couldn't find one that just was spoons. So that's a difference. Not that that's better, but that's a difference, that this one does come with the forks. And so here, they're also saying that these are made from food grade polystyrene. So for anybody that actually cares about that, that's what these are made from. I'm not sure if the other ones are. I did not see anything like that, but from the what is it called? The description of this product, they did mention that in the description. And so for the people that actually care about that, and you probably can actually say that word, these things are made from that, and food grade, whatever that word is called, polystyrene. So these also have these thickened edges here. So if we look here, these edges are pretty thick. So there's like a section, I don't know if we can see this, but there's like a section inside of here, and these edges are really thick. So it makes it very durable. So you can see here, like I can't really bend it all that much. They're pretty durable. I really do like the fact that they are extra thick and durable. So I would say that these are kind of some of the things that set this apart from the other two.